Love this podcast? Support it and sponsor today. Simply head to auscastnetwork.com for details.
In a world where everyone says hello,
they dare to say,
g'day.
Yeah, g'day.
Yeah, g'day.
Yeah, g'day. Yes. Good day. Yeah.
G'day.
G'day. Yeah. G'day. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Good day.
Wow, wow.
Yeah.
Good day.
G'day. Hey. Yeah. G'day. Yeah. G'day, Tim.
Yeah, g'day, Leon.
Yeah. G'day, everyone.
Yeah, g'day, everyone.
Welcome to Yeah. G'day, the complete guide to Australia. Tim, during the week, as you have heard, some of my students have managed to find this podcast of mine. And one of them comes up to me the other day, and I respect him for his honesty. He just walks up and goes, "Sir, you should really get to the point faster."
Right.
And that's how I got a kid expelled from school.
He doesn't know it yet. He'll hear about it when he listens to the podcast.
As I said, I appreciate his honesty, but also that's not how we do. We get to the point as slowly as possible.
Isn't the point to not get to the point?
I thought so.
Isn't that the point of podcasts? Is just to ramble incessantly for a long period of time? Do you know what incessantly means, kid? No, you don't, because you're younger than us. We're smarter.
I should have been like, let me ask our 500 Facebook fans what they think.
Yeah. It's just a list of different ways of saying get to the point faster.
Yeah. Oh, wait. Anyway, so in getting to the point faster... it's cold at the moment. My hands are cold.
It is cold.
Can't feel them. I'm tired. But I finished all that uni shit.
Yeah.
And we've had a week of dads with dad vice.
Yep. Yep.
Now, the thing is, though, is that it's all in vain. Because...
What is?
Everything that we've ever done, including this entire podcast.
Because we're all going to die. Is that where you're going?
Well, somewhat. Because the premise of this podcast is the complete guide to Australia, in quotation marks, I put Australia.
Oh.
Because according to the internet, we don't exist.
Yes, there is a small community out there that believes we are a hoax.
Now,
here's another conspiracy. I don't exist. Ooh, kids at school, this is just Leon doing a different voice. Leon lives alone.
Don't encourage them to listen. Now, I thought that this country existed.
Yeah,
and
a lot of people do.
I'm surprised to find out that I've been wrong for the last nearly 26 years.
It is difficult to find out that you are the figment of other people's imagination. That is definitely a difficult place to be. Ooh, that's a short story. Let me write that down quickly.
Quickly, I am... Well... Now, I don't know, because you're about to get into the... You can type it out, mate.
I am actually writing this because that's a decent story now.
Now, when we get into the meat of it, you're obviously going to have more information on it, but I don't think we're the figment of their imagination. They just believe that we're all actors playing a part, don't they?
Something along those lines, yes.
So what have you got?
Look, it's a dicey subject. The thing about... It's flat earthers who say this. Flat earthers, if you don't know them... these people that have just been blessed with this incredible knowledge. They're mavericks out there spreading the truth that the earth is flat.
Obviously.
And their latest discovery is that Australia doesn't exist. There's not a lot of information out there because the thing about flat earthers is although they will challenge you on scientific facts, they don't feel it necessary to put forward their own facts to support their own theories. So there's not a lot out there.
They probably also can't read very well.
No. Well, I'm not going to read you all of the Facebook posts that originally actually got this whole thing into the media and got people noticing this ridiculous claim. But it is not well written, let me tell you.
No. You kind of have to be well read to understand that the world isn't flat.
Yes. You kind of just have to have a 2-year-old understanding of everything, really.
It's a circle.
Yeah.
Right. And what are flat earthers saying about this supposedly blessed land that we live on?
Well, it all came about, apparently, there was 200 people at this flat earthers conference in Birmingham in the UK.
How many people?
About 200 But this is also like something that happens on Reddit. They talk about this sort of nonsense. 200 people is too many.
That's more listens than we get per episode, so they could take us over.
Hopefully we attract their attention and then we get a bunch of hate mail. That'd be a lot of fun.
Oh, I love hate mail.
Yeah, absolutely. We live at... No, I'm just joking. So yeah, apparently this happened. And then this girl, I'm not sure... I'm not going to say her name, even though they've published it on all of the media.
Brilliant.
So people know exactly who she is. I'm a little bit above that.
What's
I think
her
that's
address?
not necessary. She's written... I'll just read the first paragraph. Australia is not real. It's a hoax made for us to believe that Britain moved over their criminals to some place. In reality, all these criminals were loaded off the ships into the waters, drowning before they could see land ever again. It's a cover-up for one of the greatest mass murders in history, made by one of the most prominent empires. Ooh, there's some holes in that one, isn't there?
I don't even know where to start.
Yeah, one part I'd like to start on is greatest mass murders in history. I don't know if you've studied history at all.
They killed tens of people.
She proposes that there was, later on in the post, 162,000 people. Yeah, nah. That's a lot of people, I will agree with you.
Yes.
But number one, it didn't happen. Number two, that kind of pales in comparison to some of the more fucked up elements of human history.
Shall we remind her of colonization?
Yeah, colonization in general. World War II, World War One.
Yeah.
The various many wars that took place over our history. Look, it's not true, first of all, but also, even if it was true, why would they go to so much effort to cover up 162,000 deaths? You'd think they'd focus their attention somewhere else.
Now, the thing I like about it is that in the conspiracy, they got a boat to throw them in the water.
Yeah.
When they could have just stayed on land and killed them.
Yeah, they could have just killed them.
They didn't have to drown them at all. They could have just killed them as you would kill someone at that time, which is just by living, really.
Yeah.
And then you could have like had a boat and be like, we're going off now with 10 people on board being like, we're on a ship, and then it's done a U-turn.
So as you were saying, she says, I'll read the second paragraph because this kind of explains what she thinks about Australians as people.
Oh, good. Yeah, the strong thesis is coming through.
Once again, Australia does not exist. She puts it in there.
That's good.
A good essay, Leon students, listen to this. A good essay repeats the question in a statement. You have your topic sentence, you have your conclusion on every paragraph, and you're always repeating. You're always hounding the facts in there.
I've just taught this before Napoli.
Yes, exactly. That's how you write a good essay.
And I taught it with
I have
Australia
been
doesn't
told.
exist. That was the essay topic.
Yeah. So she writes, Australia does not exist. All things you call proof, in inverted commas, are actually well-fabricated lies and documents made by the leading governments of the world. Your Australian friends, ? They're all actors and computer-generated personas, part of the plot to trick the world.
Are you an actor or a computer-generated persona?
I'm computer-generated.
I'm an actor.
Ah.
Yeah.
Interesting.
But I'm acting as a computer-generated persona.
And I'm a computer-generated actor.
Oh, dear. What I like about that one is the leading governments. Do you think that all the governments in the world give enough of a shit about Britain drowning people that they're all helping to cover it up?
Yeah. They'll fight about how much fucking shit they can trade with each other and tariffs and all that stuff. But they're like, oh, no. We're all in on this one.
Yeah, it's like China, I know we're having some trouble with trade at the moment, but just remember, we don't talk about, and China's like, we don't talk about Australia. We're not idiots.
To be fair, China doesn't talk about anything. There's a fair bit of censorship there. Ooh, it got dark.
Hey-yo. But like, what leading governments? Is New Zealand fake as well?
The leading governments, you know them.
Question.
I don't need to list them. How very dare you?
Get in the boat. Is New Zealand fake, or are they one of the leading governments?
They don't mention New Zealand. I assume they think New Zealand exists.
Oh my God. Okay. We love New Zealand. New Zealand's great. How very dare you think that New Zealand exists and we don't?
Yeah.
All the leading governments.
All of the leading governments.
Is that what the UN meets for?
Yeah.
The United Nations against Australia existing.
Yeah. They have the Pretend Australia report. That's one guy's job. He just gets up and for 5 minutes he's just like, yeah, things are going all right. Yeah, well, there's some people on Reddit that think they're sort of catching on, but nobody's going to believe them.
Those damn genius flat earthers still haven't gotten enough traction yet. We're still safe, boys.
Oh, God. Have you ever had a conversation with a flat earther? It is is frustrating to
Have
say
you
the least.
met a flat earther?
I've met them in passing. Some people I used to work with knew some, and I've met a couple through friends. Yeah.
What kind of fresh hell do you live in?
It's difficult because they don't offer any support to their arguments.
No, it's flat because it's flat.
And then they tell you that your arguments are based on scientific lies and stuff that you've been fed, and you don't actually know any of this stuff. It's like, yeah, but how do you know? What do you have to refute? And then they're like, oh, no. Or they'll come up with these elaborate mechanisms that in all honesty, what they say is the truth is somehow more elaborate and more difficult to believe than the truth.
Yes. I'm a believer of the banana-shaped planet.
Banana-shaped.
Yeah.
It does explain a lot.
It combines two things, the round and the flat.
Yeah.
But why would... Like, Australia's good and stuff. But why would we pretend that Australia exists? It's not that good.
Yeah.
It's not such a great place that we would pretend that it exists.
Why would we pretend to live on a continent that's like 70% uninhabitable because of desert?
Why would we pretend to live on a continent where we can't even get half the TV shows that they get in America?
Yeah.
Why would we pretend to live on a continent that has the slowest internet around?
Yeah. I would have to be the highest paid actor in the world to have the shitty internet connection that I have.
Wait, if we're all a lie, does that mean that there are some people here that have good internet?
Maybe.
Maybe the internet's a lie.
Maybe.
Does that... So, my friends that are Australian...
Yeah.
They're fake.
Yeah. What about the Australian friends of Australians?
Yeah. They're fake?
Maybe.
Or they're actors?
Possibly.
What about my American friends that I've met in Australia, or my British friends that I've met in Australia? Are they actors that come here to make me think that there's more of the world?
Maybe we are actors and we've been at it for so long and we're so indoctrinated that we have forgotten that we're actors.
Do I teach drama in school just to be able to foster more actors in the Australian conspiracy?
Yes. The stark reality is yes.
Damn. Why would we make up a country with animals that are trying to kill us?
Dunno.
Although the platypus, the cassowary, the koala, they all are very made up animals, aren't they?
Yeah, they're nonsense. At
Like,
the end of the day, they are nonsense.
it does make sense. What kind of things have you seen in your life that have hinted to the fact that we don't exist?
One time I went out driving and I stopped my car and I looked in the rearview mirror and I saw the same car go past 3 times. And then I realized it was driving in a circle. Oh, wait, that was the Truman Project. Sorry, I'm remembering a Jim Carrey movie, not my actual life, because that's bullshit.
I realized that we were living in a fake world when I went to the pub and someone actively wanted to drink VB.
Yeah, that's a pretty big, what am I saying?
Big
I forgot
indicator.
my lines. Line.
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 Yeah, you guys don't know this, but Tim and I have always got a prompt somewhere.
Yeah.
You just say line, and it's weird. I thought I just was hearing voices, but if you say line, someone tells you what to say.
Yeah.
That's why we're so good at this and so good at off the cuff talking, because it's all planned, it's all scripted.
It's all scripted.
So where are we?
We don't know. We're nowhere. They say that when people fly to Australia, they're flown to islands. This is the weird things. The plane pilots are all in on this. This is what she says.
Obviously.
And have in actuality only flown you to islands close nearby. Close nearby. Not nearby. Not close.
Close nearby.
Close nearby.
Okay.
Or in some cases, parts of South America, where they have cleared space and hired actors to act out as real Australians. Beautifully written. Gorgeously written. Here's something. How can you be close nearby to something that doesn't exist? I beat them at logic already.
I thought they were saying close nearby to where they're coming from.
Oh, well, fuck my argument, I guess.
Oh, God, we've just found out that they might actually be right.
Yep.
South America, same hemisphere as fake Australia?
Correct.
So same fake climates.
Similar clients, and I have been in Peru, and they actually do have some eucalyptus and similar trees.
Oh,
if
God.
you go into like the mountains there, it does look quite similar in a lot of places.
So the pilots are all in on it because it costs a lot of money for us to fly the 200 meters it is to actually get to America.
Yeah.
They're also in on it because they go up into the air for...
Or do they?
Oh, shit.
Maybe you're actually on a boat the entire time.
Are we on a flight simulator? What? So there's a soundstage.
Mm.
I guess that would make sense with the amount of uninhabited space in Australia, because Australia is mainly populated around the coastline. So in terms of these sound stages, you've just got sound stages of just those coastal areas. And when people are like, oh, we're going to go out to Burke or something, it's like, oh, no, it's dry out there. No one's out there.
Yeah.
But what about when I drive
Yeah.
from Sydney to Melbourne?
Yeah.
Am I just going past like a rotating scenery?
I think you're actually driving from Santiago in Chile up somewhere north. I don't know the geography of
Up to Alaska.
South America very well, but
I'm not one to be mean to people. I'm such a nice person. We all know this.
Yeah, no, definitely.
What in the actual fuck?
Are you some kind of fucking idiot?
Like, why would we? How could we not exist? Like, I exist. I'm here. Hello. I think, therefore, I'm Australian.
Yeah. But they would argue that you're an actor. Computer generated. We're purposely going out of our way to make this podcast episode to refute their statements because we're being paid by the government. And I'm saying this in an effort to disprove their thoughts because I'm being paid. Oh, it's a whole mess of nonsense, isn't it?
Our podcast is one of the single biggest contributors to the whole theory, because our podcast is based on Australia.
Correct.
And when we started off and we weren't really doing Australia, we weren't helping, but then they realized how good we were and how famous we were at podcasting.
Yeah.
And then they got someone called Justin McElroy, in quotation marks, he might not even exist, to give us feedback and say focus on Australia. But obviously Justin McElroy was the government.
Yeah.
All the leading governments.
And technically he didn't give us feedback so much as reprogram our personas.
I like to think that the email was sent by all the leading governments sitting around, like, you know, when you have those friends that like are trying to message a girl they like or a boy they like, or they're on Tinder, and it's like, what should I say? It's like, no, change this. Like, all leading governments being like, dear Tim and Leon. No, too formal. They'll know it's us. Hey, laddies. Not formal enough. No one says laddies.
Too much.
So do they not believe in hemispheres, the flat earthers? Or, well, I guess they would, because if the earth is flat, there's an underside.
Well, that's not a hemisphere, though. That's the underside.
Right. Have flat earthers experimented with the fact that we might just be underneath them?
No, but I'm sure that they'll take that and run.
They just like the top part of it.
I don't know what they've done. I don't look into their nonsense. So.
I'm all part of the theory that if flat earthers were correct, cats would have knocked everything off already.
Yeah, exactly.
Although Australian cats don't exist.
No.
They're just a bunch of rats taped together.
They're actors. They're
acting rats.
Yeah. A lot of people study at high class acting schools in the UK and the US to come out here and be cats.
Sometimes they meow and they're like, meow. And I'm like, that's an American cat. What the fuck's going on here? That makes us the best actors in the world, because the Australian accent is the hardest one to pull off.
Correct.
And so we pull it off every day.
Yeah. Without even realizing.
Yeah. Well, I guess I have been to America then, because that's where we are.
Yeah, apparently.
In reality, I've never been to Australia.
Nobody has. It doesn't exist.
What? Why? Actually, no. I was going to say, why would we make up the Olivia Newton-John miniseries? But that's probably feeding into the theory more.
Yeah. Part of the theory is that Australia has shit television. And they've got to maintain that.
Why would we make up Paul Robinson? Why would I I thought I was going to have fun with this episode, and instead now I'm just getting frustrated.
This is what they do. This is how they get you.
If I met a flat earther, I don't know how I would go.
It's best not to engage.
I was going to say probably not well.
Just don't engage.
Because I'd be like, counterpoint, you're a moron.
It's the old adage, the first to argue is the person that loses the argument. So
That's a dirty lie.
No, yeah, okay, relax.
I'm very good at arguing. Which Australian celebrity do you think has the biggest hand in this? And
I thought you were just going to ask the biggest hand.
And which knows the least about this?
I think Shannon Knowles he's up there.
Interesting.
I think he had to throw the Australian Idol finals. Because Guy Sebastian knows the least about it. Guy Sebastian is an unknowing puppet of the government.
I see. I would say the person who knows the most is Grant Denyer, considering Family Feud is on 3 channels at once.
Yeah, what's that about?
One,
Wait, no, I remember. Australian TV shit. That's, yep. Okay, I'm back.
Americans and other people in the world, we have our own version of Family Feud, hosted by Grant Denyer, who was a weatherman and before that a race car driver.
He's hosted some other shows. Dancing with the Stars, I think he did.
That was Luke Jacobs, and then maybe Grant took over because Luke Jacobs
Grant did it for a while, but also Daryl Summers did it for a bit as well.
Daryl Summers did do it. But Grant Denyer's Family Feud. So we have Channel 10. We have Channel 11, which is kind of Channel 10, but where they put The Simpsons and Neighbours before they got rid of The Simpsons. And then we have Channel 1, which is another version of 10 that usually plays sport.
Used to be sport, not so much anymore.
At 6 o'clock or 6:30 every night, all 3 channels play the same episode of Family Feud so that you cannot get away from it, which is why I think that Grant Denyer knows the most. In terms of knowing the least, the Australian celebrity that knows the least. It's got to be someone who seems smart because that means they're wrong.
Maybe Ray Martin, Tracy Grimshaw.
Dr. Carl.
Maybe
Dr. Carl knows the least because he talks a lot of logical stuff, so he probably knows the least.
Maybe.
So I was going to say Sophie Monk, but I think Sophie Monk's right up there in the conspiracy theory.
Oh, yeah, for sure. She'd probably marry the fake Australia if she could.
She's probably married to Grant Denyer.
Yeah.
Hey, listeners, get in close. Come on, come here. Hey, come here. Hey, come here. Do you think Tim and I exist?
Please tell us.
Are we real to you? Validate us. Is that it? Was that one post kind of it? Aside from all the comments that go with it.
That's it. And then, it was posted all over the world. Apparently the Facebook post has been deleted since, but thank God somebody screenshotted it because of its absolute ridiculousness, and it has spread like wildfire.
It being deleted really feeds into the theory, though.
Yeah.
She
was silenced.
I got into a discussion with a bunch of people in the Done Buffering group about this because they posted that screenshot and they said that we were fake, and I said, no, we're not.
And they said, that's what you would say.
Yeah. There's no way to get out of the argument, is there?
No.
Because if we say no, we're just part of the theory. And if we say yes, we're dumb.
We've given it up. We finally admitted we don't exist.
I just want to go back to the first part of their theory being that they still bothered to get a boat full of people to drown them.
Yeah, it does seem pointless.
You're going to commit mass murder. You're not going to
also, the
drown
currents
people.
would eventually throw them up against their bodies up against beaches all around the world anyway. So
maybe they only tell the countries about Australia when they get their bodies washing up on the shore.
Maybe.
They all go in I was going to say in the East Australian Current, but that doesn't exist.
No.
So how do they get there? Finding Nemo doesn't exist then.
No.
None of the sites in that movie are real.
Believe it or not, Finding Nemo never actually... that character, that person, that fish doesn't exist.
That feeds into...
It's hard to believe, but it doesn't exist.
Nemo mean no one or nobody, so it's finding nobody or whatever. It's meant to be some kind of existential comment, some people think.
Oh, maybe it's just he's named after a famous character from a Jules Verne novel. I don't know. Maybe it's one of those two.
I'm going to go with the first one because that would feed into the fact that we don't exist.
Yeah, sure, why not?
Finding none of us. That means Priscilla Queen of the Desert doesn't exist, you idiots.
Yeah.
You morons. You can't get rid of that movie. Crocodile Dundee's not real. That's okay. You can take that.
Yeah, no. That's not a knife.
Steve Irwin wasn't here.
How fucking very dare you?
How do you explain Steve Irwin?
Yeah. Anyway.
I guess he could have been part of it all because his job was just to show off the crazy animals that we had here. There must be some really good biologists to make these animals. Or, I guess, more CGI.
Yeah.
Was every Steve Irwin show just a green screen with, like, a tennis ball on a stick, like Dobby?
That would be incredible.
How do you explain the Wiggles, you morons?
Anyway, we could go on forever, couldn't we?
We could, but we exist, I think.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure.
What's that noise? I was waiting for you to do it, but I did it.
I thought you could have a go.
Yeah, what's that noise?
I don't know.
It's a Harold Holt watch. That was somehow more awkward.
I wish this show was fake. I wish that this world was fake, so I didn't have to live in that.
It would make it so much easier.
So I didn't have to sit with that for a second. Tim, do you have a Harold Holt?
What a delicious segue. Yes, I do.
Hurrah.
All right, he writes, Dear gents, not Tim or Leon.
No.
He's trying to seem a little less formal.
Someone's doing that differently.
I'm a man living with his family in a rented house in Portsea, Victoria. One of our claims to fame is that this is where Harold Holt went missing all those years ago on Cheviot Beach. Ooh. We moved into this place about 6 months ago, and since that time, things have slowly gotten weirder and weirder, and I'm convinced that the house is haunted. Our lights constantly go on and off, and all my Google search history is about Harold Holt. One time, I even found a coffee cup in the bathroom. If I know anything about Harold Holt, and I do because I've done a lot of research on him, he loved coffee in the bathroom. I think that the ghost of Harold is haunting my house. Hope this helps towards finally solving the big mystery. Jonathan. Didn't give his last name.
Well, Jonathan, hate to break it to you, but Harold Holt didn't exist.
Yeah.
So thanks for sending in a pointless email, mate.
Yeah. Does Jonathan exist?
No.
Probably not. Actually, I can confirm 100% Jonathan does not exist.
It's almost like someone in this room is Jonathan.
Yeah.
Thing about Jonathan's theory is that he says that part of feeding into the theory is that his Google search is a Harold Holt. But then he says, if I know a lot about Harold Holt, which I do because I've done a lot of research on him, hey, Jonathan, I think that's just your Google searches that you've been doing.
Hey, maybe Jonathan wrote that in there because he wanted it to be like an intricate joke because, I don't know, he's trying to be a writer, trying to put that sort of stuff out there. Maybe people listen to it and think, oh, that's kind of cool. Oh, well written. But no, thanks for explaining that for Jonathan. He really appreciates it.
Maybe Jonathan should write a book about being the figment of someone's imagination.
Maybe he should. He's written that down over here, I think.
It's all coming out this week. I can't wait for this episode to go mysteriously missing.
Yeah.
Redacted.
Just the whole thing is just a black stripe in your ear.
Yeah, and I'll be like, it was me, I forgot to upload it. But in reality, it wasn't me. It was the leading governments.
Yes.
Who's number one in the leading governments?
Probably. I'm trying to think of countries. Why can I not think of any countries?
Because ours doesn't exist.
Yeah.
Is that how come we're like a country, a continent, and an island all in one?
Yeah, probably.
I think the leading government is New Zealand.
Maybe this is all.
They've always hated us.
Yeah. The
Well, they've
leading
hated
governments.
Okay, again, arguing your theory. New Zealand created us just to have something to hate.
Maybe. The joke's on them. Our computer-generated personas have grown to hate them, and we will strike back.
It does make sense that I am computer-generated, considering I'm like a Ken doll down there.
Yeah. The lack of penis was probably a giveaway.
I thought that was wonderful. Is that it?
Yeah, that's it.
I guess that's the last episode of Jaeger Day that'll ever happen because there's no point recording a podcast about a country that doesn't exist.
Yes, sir. And don't forget, everyone, if you're out there, write your essays, topic, sentence, conclusion, restate everything, and don't forget to explain your friends' jokes that they've subtly written.
Yes.
That's important.
Use the teal or petal paragraph structure.
Yeah.
If you do hear an episode next week or any bonus content, that's the governments that have just used sound bites of us. So it'll be like, yeah, good day, Tim. It's good to see this week.
Yeah.
Speaking of bonus episodes, Tim and I are about to record movie commentary for this bi-month. We're doing Shrek 2.
Number 2.
Because last night we watched Shrek 1.
Yeah.
So it's just for us, really.
And Shrek 2 is the better movie.
I'll be able to make a better judgment call today. So we're going to do Shrek 2, and then we've got to do a bonus episode, which we don't remember. We don't remember. We haven't worked out what we're doing it on yet. You can join www.patreon.com/Jaegerday and get that bonus content. I'm thinking of doing a survey soon to see how people are going with that. So check out for that survey.
All
Thanks
right.
as always to Teylor Smirl, T Smirl, Smelly Belly, What a Girly for creating the cover art for this show about this country that doesn't exist.
Yep, and thanks to Curtis Fernance Music, who I did not go to high school with because our high school didn't exist, and neither does he. So that was good.
What kind of person would invent Tormina High?
Honestly, a very dark and disturbed mind. Yeah.
Yeah, that's me being mean. Sorry.
No. Somebody that likes to offer people durries in the bathroom. That's the kind of person that would write to me.
We need a computer-generated durry machine.
Yeah.
Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter that we have, which will all get deleted after this, at Yeah G'day Podcast. There's that fake website, www.yeahg'day.com. If you're a flat earther and you're listening to this...
See ya.
And for all our other friends... yeah, have fun. Share it around and perpetuate the... Is that the word? Perpetuate the myth that we don't exist.
Yeah,
that
sure.
could be the word.
It is.
Thanks, everybody. As always, yeah, g'day, Fake Tim.
Yeah, g'day, Actor Leon.
Yeah, g'day, Fake Australia.
Yeah, g'day, the real world out there. Catch you on the flippity flop generations. What?
Love this podcast? Support it and sponsor today. Simply head to AuscastNetwork.com for details.